Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are filled to the brim with legendary Pokemon from past games, but the process of making them appear can be quite lengthy and obtuse. Many times, it all depends on which Pokemon you have on your team and when you approach the new Mirage spots. However, it should be noted that there's no quick way to make the legendaries appear. Changing the 3DS's internal clock to the correct times will actually lock them away for 24 hours, so you must stick to the time that your 3DS is set for. With all that said, load up on Pokeballs and let's go catch some legendary Pokemon. The first is completely impossible to miss. You will receive either Latios or Latias during your adventure. It happens while traveling along Route 118 where you come across Steven Stone. During the conversation, either Latias will appear in Omega Ruby or Latios will appear in Alpha Sapphire. They'll take you to an island to rescue the other. Once you do, the rescued legendary will join your team. The same can be said for Groudon and Kyogre. They will appear in their respective games in their primal forms during the story. Just make sure to save beforehand as this is your only shot. Heatran can actually be encountered at any point after the showdown with either Groudon or Kyogre. Return to Route 120 and surf to the Scorched Slab. If Heatran is available to catch, you will run into Flannery near the entrance. Make your way to the bottom of the cave to find a Mirage spot. Enter it to challenge the legendary Pokémon. Either Ho-Oh or Lugia can also be found after your encounter with Groudon or Kyogre. Ho-Oh appears in Omega Ruby, while Lugia can be found in Alpha Sapphire. The process to make them appear, however, is the same. Travel to the Sea Mauville off Route 108. On the deck of the sunken ship, you'll come across a man looking for a scanner. Head inside and use Dive to explore the depths. The scanner is invisible, but you can find it on the right side of the basement. Return to the man and he'll ask you to give it to Captain Stern in Slateport City. After talking with Stern, he'll give you the key item that you'll need to trigger Ho-Oh's or Lugia's appearance. Return to the Sea Mauville and search the ship for a Mirage spot. Enter it to challenge the legendary Pokémon. While playing through the new Delta episode that takes place after defeating the Elite Four, you'll come across Rayquaza. In order to continue the story, it must be caught. Even if you make it faint, you'll get another chance. You'll still want to save before challenging it though, as the battle with Deoxys will take place soon after. The battle and the chance to catch it serves as the finale to the Delta episode. Once you have the Eon Flute, you'll be able to soar in the sky. Place either Ho-Oh or Lugia in your team and soar near Rustboro City. A landing point called the Trackless Forest will appear. Enter it within the first 20 minutes of the hour, and you'll receive dialogue hinting at the presence of Raikou. Touch the Mirage spot to initiate the battle with the Lightning Legendary. Return to the Trackless Forest under these same conditions between the 20th and 40th minute of the hour. You should receive dialogue related to Entei. Touch the Mirage spot once again to challenge it. Finally, repeat this once again between the 40th minute of the hour and the start of the next hour to unlock the appearance of Suicune. Challenge it at the Mirage spot to complete your legendary dog collection. The process of unlocking the Regi trio is just the same as the original Ruby and Sapphire. First, make sure to have a Relicanth as the first member of your party and a Wailord as the sixth member. Also, have Pokemon capable of using the moves Dive and Dig. Ride the correct set of currents on Route 132, 133, and 134 until you come to a calm area that you can use Dive on. Follow the path until you reach a patch of light near Braille markings. Surface into the cave and read the Braille note at the very back wall. Afterwards, use Dig and a passage will appear. Go through and read the Braille at the very back once again. A series of earthquakes should occur as well as a message saying that it seems doorways have opened. Return to the surface and travel to the desert ruins on Route 111. In the bottom section will be a newly revealed cave. Read the Braille message inside, then go 2 steps right and 2 steps down before having a Pokemon use Strength. This should open a new passage. On the other side is Regirock. Next, you can find Regigigas cave. Go to Route 105 and surf to the far left side. You'll find a small island with a newly revealed cave. Inside is another Braille message. Stand completely still until the path opens up, which should take around 2 minutes. On the other side is Regigigas. Then go to the southwestern edge of Route 120 and climb the stairs to find the next cave. Go inside and find another Braille message. Read it and then center yourself in the cave and use Fly. This will open up the passage to Registeel. Triggering Regigigas' appearance might be one of the most obtuse things in the game. To do it, place the Regi trio on your team and make sure that Regigigas has a nickname. If you didn't nickname it to begin with, go to the Name Raider's house in Slateport City. Then give it an item that improves ice moves like the Never Melt Ice. Travel to Pacific Town and talk to the girl in the northeastern house. She will give you a vague hint about all of this. Then go back to the island where you caught Regigigas and enter the center of it. If you've done everything correctly, an earthquake will occur and Regigigas will appear to challenge you. In order to trigger Mespirit's appearance, you must have 3 Pokemon on your team with max happiness. Then soar over Sootopolis City to find a landing point called the Nameless Cavern. If you enter this area between 4 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night, you should receive a message hinting at Mespirit's presence when you enter the cave. Touch the Mirage spot to challenge the legendary Pokemon. Repeat this process in order to get Uxie to appear. However, it has a much more limited time frame of capture, only between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. The final of the trio, Azelf, is found the same way, only between 9 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning. Once you've captured Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf, put them in your team and soar toward Dewford Town. You'll immediately see a large tear in the sky. Enter it to face off against Palkia and Omega Ruby, or Dialga and Alpha Sapphire. This same tear also holds Giratina, but the only way to make it appear is to have both Palkia and Dialga in your team. To find the Swords of Justice trio, soar near Pacific Town in order to find a landing point known as the Pathless Plain. Make sure to have 3 Pokemon on your team with maximum effort values, which you can increase through normal battles or super training. Here you'll find a Mirage spot at the end of the path. Enter it to challenge Cobalion on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. While Virizion can be fought on Mondays and Thursdays, and Terrakion challenges you on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Reshiram can only be found in Omega Ruby, while Zekrom only appears in Alpha Sapphire, but their appearance is triggered in the same way. Make sure to have a level 100 Pokemon on your team and soar near Mauville City to find a landing point called the Fabled Cave. Inside is a Mirage spot where you can challenge the legendary Pokemon. Kyurem can also be caught, but it won't appear until you have both Reshiram and Zekrom on your team. Once you do, soar near Falibor Town to find the landing point known as the Gnarled Den. Inside will be a Mirage spot containing Kyurem. In order to find either Tornadus in Omega Ruby or Thundurus in Alpha Sapphire, you must have a cast form on your team. Once you do, soar toward Fortree City in order to spot a black cloud in the sky. Approach it to challenge your version's Force of Nature. Landorus can also be caught, but only if you have both Tornadus and Thundurus in your team. Return to the spot where the black cloud appeared before in order to challenge it. Finally, finding Cresselia is a complete matter of luck. Each day a different Mirage Island will appear on the world map. These contain rare Pokemon and other items. One of these islands appears south of Evergrande City. It contains a Mirage spot that leads toward Cresselia. It seems to be incredibly rare though. As of creating this guide, the island has yet to appear for me, but keep checking every day and it should appear.